Hi, it's Therese from Lostinpaper and I'm here for Scrapbook Boutique today, and we're going to be doing some colouring on design paper. I've got this really sweet set from Penny Black and it's called Time to Celebrate, and I want to use one of these papers out of the Perfectly Plaid. It's the rainbow version of the Lawn Fawn paper pad and it's just so sweet. So I've chosen one of the papers and cut it down to the same size as my card front, and I'm using some Onyx black ink because when I colour on design paper I really like to use my Prismacolor pencils because they create almost a shadow look. You can see, translucent I suppose, you can actually see the background, but they add enough colour so that you can tell what the image is, and also you can really make it pop. For some reason, I don't know why, I decided to actually stamp the mice on the bicycle, the same mouse on the bicycle, 3 times, but going around the panel. So I don't know, I just thought it seemed like a bit of fun for a card, and hopefully it won't be too confusing to whoever gets the card. They might think that it's the mouse is actually riding around trying to deliver the present and the cake. So I thought I'd only share colouring one of the mice with you, as they're pretty much all the same. I did mix up the colour of the bicycles and the presents just to make it, I don't know, a little bit different each time. But how I add the colour is exactly the same. So for my highlights, I use a lighter colour, and then like I've done this bicycle, the rim, the mudguards purple, so I've used the lighter colour where I want the highlights to be, and then come in and add the darker purple for the shadows and to add depth of colour. I'm not using any Gamsol or any sort of blending solution because I want the colour to be quite bold and to show on the actual design paper. And sometimes I find that the blending solution doesn't actually play nice on different coloured design paper cardstock, as well as on things like craft and all those others. I actually still just use my pencils to blend themselves. For the base of the mouse though, I did add some white because look where I've stamped it, there's a big stripe going through it, so I thought the white would just help sort of cover that a little bit, sort of make it a little bit translucent, and let me add the colour that I want without distracting too much from the mouse. I do come back in and add a little bit of shadow and depth afterwards as well. So I'm just going to leave you with the colouring now, and I'll be back when all of that's finished. And now it's time to add my design paper panel to the front of my top fold card, and I'm just using my ATG gun to do that. I have also added at the end of the video, I didn't actually share it with you, but I did add a little bit of the Crystal Spectrum Noir glitter pen to the candles, like to the flame of the candles. I thought that'd be a bit of fun. So the sentiment, I have an MFT die-namics die. It's the word smile, and I've die cut it in some smooth black cardstock, and also die cut it a second time in with some white fun foam. And I'm using my matte medium and my quick sticks tool to add it to the fun foam and just sort of line up all my letters, and then I'm just going to pop a block on top of that until it dries. And then I'm using my matte medium again to adhere all the letters to the front of my card. I usually like to start with the middle letter, but the best thing about this glue is if I do accidentally get it onto the design paper, it won't show, like it doesn't leave a glossy sort of finish, so it will dry matte and you won't ever see it. So I do try not to add too much to it though. I'm going to link all the products that I've used today over at my blog, otherwise you can find them over at Scrapbook Boutique. So that's my card for today. Thanks for joining me. Till next time, happy paper crafting. Bye.